A couple of years ago, I would develop a spark of interest that would grow into a raging fire of passion, a passion for nature, and in my case, a passion for our feathered friends, the wild birds. This passion of mine started from an unbelievably simple water bottle bird feeder and led me to spending countless hours researching, days of exploring the outdoors of Connecticut, and I admit, a lot of trips to the local wild bird store. I spend pretty much all my allowance money there. But anyway, birding, that's just bird watching, for me is more than simply observing a feeder through a pair of binoculars. It allows you to connect with nature in ways that you would never expect. First off, as you can see from the slide, birds are beautiful. They come in all sorts of colors, patterns, and sizes, and their plumage is just breathtaking. Also, birds have many very complicated behaviors that are quite interesting to understand. And also, I would never know how much my sight would develop trying to see hawks high up in the trees or picking out a single bird call against a group of birds. If you are looking for a way to engage yourself during this pandemic, I highly suggest birding. It is a great hobby. But let me paint you a different picture, an ugly one that chronicles the death of more than 2.9 billion North American birds in the past 50 years. These birds have all died and are still dying today due to things such as habitat loss, window strikes, cat attacks, pesticides, and many other problems. Now, you might be saying, well, why do we really need birds? They're just birds. Without birds, our environment would be in crisis. First off, populations of insects and rodents would go off the charts because there are no birds anymore to control those populations. Second of all, new forest growth would be unheard of because birds are the main spreader of seeds throughout their environment. Also, without birds like vultures, dead waste would sit around and spread disease. But the main problem with having no birds is the overall effect on the ecosystem. If you take away the birds from our ecosystem, you are taking away the lives of millions of plant and animal species that depend on their existence. This will eventually affect us. Now that you know how much of a problem bird loss is, here are 7 solutions from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology that you can help. First off, you can purchase small decals that can attach to a window that prevent window strikes. Window strikes are one of the #1 causes of bird deaths because birds cannot see the glass. These decals are almost invisible to the human eye, but the birds can see them clear as day. Next, if you do have a cat, please keep him or her inside. Now, you might be saying, my cat loves to go outside, he's an outdoor cat. This may be true, but indoor cats are known to live 2 to 3 times longer than outdoor ones. Also, if you have a garden or a very large lawn, please add native plants. These are very easy to grow because they're native and attract many species such as hummingbirds and butterflies, which are known pollinators, to your garden. Also, please reduce your use of pesticides. Pesticides, of course, poison bugs and can eventually poison birds. If the birds die, they can be consumed by larger predators. The poisons will carry out through the environment and cause a lot of damage. Kids out there, don't get any ideas, but you can drink bird-friendly, shade-grown coffee. This coffee is grown in a way that does not have to cut down thousands of trees to be grown, thus saving the lives of millions of birds like warblers. I know this picture is a little graphic, but you can reduce your plastic use. Now, this benefits both birds because they ingest plastics, but also marine life. Lastly, you can do citizen science. Citizen science is a great way to interact with other people that know a lot about birds, and it helps scientists track how many birds there are and where the birds are. Now, these are all very simple, and you can do these at home, but if you are looking for something maybe a little bit more complicated, please try looking at the National Wildlife Federation's Certified Wildlife Habitat. These habitats are very easy to construct with a little bit of knowledge and come with 5 requirements. First, you need to provide food. This can be easily done by installing a simple bird feeder or also using native plants which produce many nuts and seeds. Secondly, water is critical for birds. This can be done by putting up a simple bird bath. Also, shelter. You can do this by adding native trees and plants to your garden or yard. Also, you can add nest boxes. These are great for baby birds, and they will allow birds to propagate into the next generation. And lastly, make sure that your new garden is sustainable and will be effective for many years to come. Now, the National Wildlife Federation's main goal for this is that if everybody does something like this, then how much more bird-friendly will our world look? Trust me, birding is a hobby that will not let you down. Help the birds, and in the end, know that you have done something good for nature. Thank you.